I'm joined now by Mandy Collins, who's a dear friend of ours and has been a supporter of the organization and has actually gotten to go with us to Empukani a couple of times and has a heart for the people of Southern Kenya, the Maasai people, as much as we do, and we appreciate you and appreciate all you've done for the organization. And this organization was started long before it was an official 501c3, but it was planted the first time that Mike Neville went to Empukani with the IBC to go build a metal building church in the middle of nowhere for a young pastor named Timothy Moilo, who is still our senior pastor over all the congregations there today. So they built a lifelong friendship over building a church building. And so building churches will always be something that this organization does. We are all about multiplying the kingdom and the work of the kingdom and supporting Pastor Timothy as he trains pastors and equips them and sends them out to change Kenya, to change the Maasai people in Kenya. So we built 3 churches last year, and Mandy got to go and dedicate those with us. And so she has a really unique perspective of being in the church that was born out of the first church that Mike built that now seats 400 people. And she got to worship there with the people, and then she also got to be in churches that were open for the first day. And so churches that had been previously meeting under a tree, praying and begging for us to build them a church building. And she got to be there to dedicate those as well. So I'm gonna ask Mandy, what does it feel like to be in a worship service there, and what does it feel like to be in a Maasai church on the first day it's open?
Wow, that almost feels like a loaded question,
Yeah.
but it's truly, I didn't know what to expect my first trip there, but there are no words to fully describe what it's like, truly. If you could imagine when the church kids are coming into the church singing their songs and marching and clapping together, and then the whole church joins in. I mean, if you can just imagine what the angels in heaven sound like.
Yeah.
It's truly, and it echoes off the walls, and it almost just makes you have goosebumps from head to toe. It's the most beautiful sound ever. Really, to bottle it up or record it, I would love to have a CD of listening to them singing and walk in, but it was magical, just seeing them all together, crowding in, scooting chairs as tightly as possible so more people could fit in.
Yeah.
Was really cool. But I really enjoyed going and seeing the metal churches that we're building. Mm-hmm. One, just because, Mike and I, it was very personal to us, and something that we had sponsored, and that was really a dream come true to see the building erected and the people, how excited they are there, wanting to meet us and thank us when, in fact, we feel just as equally blessed, if not more, than anything we could ever offer them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's an incredible experience, and I really wish that everybody who's watching this could go with us one time and
For
really
sure.
just feel that, because for me it was always very interesting that somehow God's Word, exactly the same words, are in the hands of people that are on the other side of the world that live completely differently than we do, and they worship the same God, and they believe the same things that we do. And you don't have to translate the Bible stories over there like you do to people here. They live very similar to the way that people lived in Bible times. And they understand sheep and shepherds and all of the farming and the gathering at the well and all of those kind of things that really aren't as normal to our everyday life. And so our goal this year is to build 3 more of these facilities, and we've tried to do this by gathering a bunch of small donations, but really the best way for us to get church buildings built is if one person says, I want to be the person who builds this church building. And they sponsor the church building, they write a check, and we usually try to get that person to go with us when the first time they open their doors. Because what we're doing is we're planning a permanent structure in a place where the people are traditionally nomadic and they move around all the time. And when that permanent structure goes into place, it seems like everything else builds up around it, and it becomes. From a high place, I looked at one of these church buildings, and it's almost like you see the road system over the years being developed. The roads coming from every direction as people walk those trails towards the churches, and that's how roads get started, because it's just wide open brush country out there. So, Mandy, what does the future hold, do you think? What's the capacity of our network of churches over there? How big can this thing get?
Oh, wow. Hopefully it can get really big.
Yeah.
I mean, Timothy's goal is to be training pastors and continue training more of them. And I mean, it only costs $6,000 for one church. So our hope is to build 3 more this year. And, surely we can reach that goal.
Yeah, so if this is something the Lord has laid on your heart, please take action and follow the instructions that are on the screen, the text to give. And if you need more information, or if you want to talk to us before you make that big of an investment in Kenya, we can introduce you to the pastor you would be building a church for, send you his picture and information and things like that. So contact the organization if you have any questions, or you can just text to give at the link below, and you'll be blessed.